What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Lady TKG, and here is part 3 of the Not So Cool Kid mini book club series going over the 4 agreements. Let's go. Let's get it. So, let's go over the next agreement. Don't take anything personal. You heard me correctly. Do not take anything personally, good or bad. Let me explain. In this chapter, Ruiz goes over how many of us, we suffer from self-importance, which meaning we really have in our mind that everyone is thinking about us, what we're doing, what we're wearing, what's going on in our mind, how people look at us, when really in actuality everyone else is thinking the same exact thing about themselves. Think about it. When you were a teenager, and sometimes, hey, it even goes into adulthood, where you're getting ready for a party, but you had to make sure that everything was right. You're not necessarily making sure everything is right with you for you. Your mind is how you're going to be perceived by someone else. Once again, we don't understand that everyone is thinking about themselves. Everyone is trying to make sure that they look good for someone else, thinking that other people are thinking about them. It's kind of selfish in a way. We really think that everyone around us is thinking about us. We think this so much so that we take a lot of things personal that we probably shouldn't. As you learned from the previous part, be impeccable with your word. Not everyone is impeccable with their word. Not everyone is going to give you the best praise. Some people are going to look down on you. But as we also know from the previous part, that has a lot to do with themselves rather than you. So to take that personally would be, again, kind of selfish. I know what you're thinking, but people do judge you. But most likely people are judging you based on themselves and what lenses they have, not necessarily what to do with you. And a lot of times the reason we get offended by what people are saying is because we personally believe a part of what they're saying. Think about it. If someone called you lazy and you took offense, most likely you in some way, shape, or form believe them. You've either told yourself that or you have felt that way about yourself. That's the only reason why it's affecting you. We have to understand that anything and everything someone says genuinely comes from how they view you at that time. That's why you're not supposed to take anything personal, good or bad. And let's go into an example why. And it's going to be a real life example. How many times have you met people and you've been friends with people and they had so many good things to say about you? Oh, she's so loyal. Oh, she's so great. Oh, she's so helpful. Oh, she's good at this. She's good at that. And then as soon as they do something or you do something that they do not like, you become the bad guy. You no longer are that person that they esteem so highly. You become someone that they want to disassociate themselves with. Simply because either you set a boundary or you did something that they really did not like or took offense to. Now, what happened? Because you're the same person you were when you were in their good graces. But because you're no longer in their good graces, their whole perception of you has changed. Now, that hasn't changed who you are. Their perception has changed. So if you were taking all those good things personally, when they start telling about those bad things and start going in on your character, you're going to be very, very, very hurt because you really thought, truthfully, they had your back, that they were an advocate for you, that they were your friend, your family. They were like this. Come to find out that they weren't the person that you thought they were. And you're hurt because you did take those good things personal. And now, because you took those good things personal, you're also taking the bad things personal as well. And I know it sounds crazy because you're like, man, I thought that you're supposed to be trusting and take compliments. You can take the compliment. Just don't take it personal. Understand that compliment is coming from a great place. It's coming from a place that at that point in time, they're happy with you. But do not be surprised at any given time, someone that is unhappy will have a completely different thing to say about you. Once you get a hang of this, truly get a hang of it, not taking things personal, you're going to see a difference in your life. You're going to understand that you take things as they are, and you're going to view yourself as the star of your life, because that's truly it. Ruiz goes into telling us how you are the star in your life, and everyone else is merely a character that you either invite into your life or you tell them to exit stage left. Once you grasp not taking things personally, you're also going to understand that you're going to be making choices a lot more for yourself. You see, that self-importance I was telling you about, how we internalize how everyone else view us when really they're just thinking about themselves and how people view them. Once you turn that off and realize that no one else's opinions matters but your own, all of this good, bad, whatever you have to say does not change how I make decisions. It does not change how I go forward. I am releasing those agreements that don't agree with me, and I am moving forward and knowing that I'm making all decisions for myself. I'm not taking what you say to me personally. You can say I'm not smart. That's just poison, and I know that's coming from a place that you feel inside. Maybe someone told them they weren't smart, and in order to feel good about themselves, they have to project that onto you. Well, I don't care, because now I know not to take the good nor the bad personally. Now I know that I, in myself, are making decisions for myself, so I'm not worried and going back and forth on what other people are saying about me. They're just merely characters. Whether they're a villain or a hero, they're just merely characters in your play. Now, one other thing I do want to take note of, all of the agreements stack among themselves. So being impeccable with your word is very important. It's very important because when you do spew out certain things that are hurtful to others, that poison actually hurts you worse. It does. Especially when that person has grasped not to take anything personally. Lastly, Ruiz encourages us to trust ourselves. Trust your intuition. Trust your thinking. Trust yourself. We spend so much time thinking about what other people think about us without asking the question, how do we feel about ourselves? Once again, it's your girl, Lady TKG. Thank you for tuning in. Part 4 coming soon. Let's go. Let's get it. And have a great day. Those are the only ones that are allowed.